I picked the branch of service because I got the most of what I wanted. Um, the Army gave me what I wanted versus the other branches. I served in Kentucky, Southern California, Germany, Northern California, um, Alabama, Alaska, and then Southern California again. Training lasted actually 4 months because I was what's called combat arms. So it was very tough, very demanding, but very rewarding as well. We walked everywhere, and by walking, you had about 40 to 50 pounds of gear on your back everywhere you went, no matter what, whether it was hot, cold, sunny, rainy, didn't matter. Um, a lot of the times you walk for about a quarter mile, then all of a sudden you find yourself rolling around in the dirt or doing push-ups or flutter kicks or something like that. Um, but it was what it was. When we took our first vacation, we could take it during like Christmas time and New Year's. We all went to go see a movie, and the drill sergeant said be back at midnight. Um, well, the movie ran a little late after midnight, and we all thought it would be okay if we showed up a little late. Um, because it was like 15 minutes, right? Not that big of a deal. It was a big deal. So we all spent about 2 hours getting smoked, as we would say, at 1 o'clock in the morning. So it was good times. When we would deploy, um, we did a lot of peacekeeping missions. We did a lot of air interdiction stuff, border patrol things with the Customs and Border Patrol. A lot of flying out of when I first joined, I was on an Abrams tank, so we did a lot of stuff with that. We did a lot of security stuff, roadblocks, stuff like that. So last one I went on, I bought a pink grip for the Berettas that we would carry, that were pistols. And what it was designated for, it was me and a couple of the other senior warrants. And it was designated for somebody, and we already knew who it was going to be. It was going to be one of our lieutenants that they left their weapon unsecured. So one of them did. So I took the black grip off, and I put the pink grip on, and he had to carry that around for about 2 weeks. So he was not too happy about it. We would play a game called Kimlight Golf. And what that is we typically would go out and fly in a two-ship mission, meaning that we have two aircraft. Each aircraft has 4 people, one of them flying, the other one running some mission equipment. And usually late in the night, 1, 2 in the morning, if it's kind of a slow night, you're trying to keep your mind engaged in things because that's you need to. It's a mind thing. It's mental toughness is the most important part of it. So what we would do is we would carry chem lights, so if we needed to mark something for guys on the ground, we could do that. But we would find like really difficult like towers or tall buildings, and we designate, hey, this is the first hole, and it's a par 3, meaning you have 3 chances to do it, and you try to get the chem light as on top of the tower or on top of the building or something like that. So it was pretty fun. I've met a lot of famous people. I've actually shook President Clinton's hand in Germany. I've met and flown Gordon Ramsay. I've met and flown Taylor Swift, George Clooney, a couple senators. I've met some pretty cool people. Probably the nicest person that I've ever met was probably Gordon Ramsay. He is just nothing like the show. It's all just acting, for dramatic effect. But he is the absolute nicest guy. Hell's Kitchen did a cook-off at Fort Irwin, and they obviously had the teams, and this is where I met him and flew him. But we had a little quote-unquote combat mission that we had to do, where they had the tanks coming over the hill, and the infantry running in, and then they had our helicopters doing stuff, and then at the end of it, the teams had to cook meals for everybody that was out there. There was probably 1,000 soldiers out there. I think it was at this point, it was like a red team and a blue team off the top of my head. And they cooked all this food, and it was absolutely amazing. We got to vote on it, who had the best meal. It was really, really cool. Really, really cool. I left in November of 2015 after 23 years, um, and I retired. Um, they were retiring my tactical or combat aircraft also, and I didn't want to fly any other type of helicopters in the Army, so I just figured it was time to go. I think it gave us a pretty good life. Met a lot of good people, did a lot of good things, went to a lot of good places, went to a few bad places. A lot of I miss the fellow soldiers. I miss flying in the Army. I miss I think about still being in the military every day. Some of the things I don't miss. It's a bureaucracy, paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. So that's probably it. When I was enlisted, I actually put my wife's roommate in the Army, and that's how we met. Mm. Actually, she played 20 questions with me.
Really?
Yes. She just question after question after question after question. So we started hanging out, and the rest is history.